Piracy is typically an act of robbery or criminal violence at sea. Piracy can include acts committed on land, in the air, or in any major body of water, or even on a shore. It does not normally include crimes committed against people traveling on the same ship. Piracy mainly occurs when a group of pirates wants to capture a certain ship or crew. The act of piracy still continues today as people start to keep the spirit of their favorite pirates alive. Many people have tried to recreate the lives of the two most influential and notorious pirates of the Golden Age, Edward Teach, aka Blackbeard, and John Bartholomew Roberts. Both pirates have invaded and captured together over 800 ships. They were legends before they were even killed. Both pirates were eventually killed in combat with the government and its troops, but their legacy still lived on centuries later. Now, we will explore the lives of Blackbeard and John Bartholomew Roberts in detail and see why these two pirates earned the title of most influential and most notorious pirate of the Golden Age.
John Bartholomew Roberts was born on May 17, 1682, and spent his childhood on ships preparing for naval life. While serving on the Princess as third mate, he was enslaved. A band of pirates forced Roberts to join their crew, which was actually an ideal opportunity for him. When members of the crew were killed in an ambush, Roberts was elected as the new captain. This is when his career as a pirate officially began. Nicknamed Black Bart, Roberts is considered to be the most successful pirate of the Golden Age, and it is estimated that he captured over 400 ships in his 4 career years. Some of the ships he captured include the Rover, Royal Rover, Little Ranger, Great Ranger, Fortune, Good Fortune, and Royal Fortune. His activity region was in the Caribbean, Atlantic, and Africa. Black Bart was known to be very cold-blooded. For instance, he once captured and burned a ship with over 80 slaves on board. Roberts was only a pirate for a short while before he was recognized for his potential by the crew and became a captain. He was not very experienced, but truly excelled as a captain. He is well known for the quote, "Since I have dipped my hands in muddy water and must be a pirate, it was better being a commander than a common man." Roberts was very brave and a strict captain. Some of his strict rules were that everyone must be in bed by 8 p.m. and no women were allowed on his ships. Any woman brought on his boat would be sentenced to death. Gambling and fighting were also prohibited. These are the rules and circumstances that may be strange, but they are what made the crew trust him, and they were able to obtain countless victories. Roberts believed that he owed his success to the previous captain Howell Davis and burned 2 Portuguese ships to avenge his death. He continued to destroy Portuguese ships. Once, Captain Roberts sailed right into 42 Portuguese ships, and he took all of them out. He has had an abundance of other victories, raiding many ships and settlements throughout his 4 years of piracy. On February 10, 1722, Captain Chaloner Ogle was dispatched by the British government on the warship Swallow. He was sent out to attack the Royal Fortune and to kill Black Bart. In the beginning of their battle, the captain was killed by cannon fire. The death of the legendary pirate Captain John Bartholomew Roberts was seen as the end of the Golden Age.
It is truly ironic that very little is known about one of the most notorious pirates ever. According to thepiratesrealm.com, eyewitness accounts state that Blackbeard was a large, tall man with a long black beard, which he braided and tied with ribbons. To make himself more intimidating, he would light cannon fuses that had been dipped in lime water or salt and stuff them under the edge of his hat. The smoke would encircle his head and give him a scary look. Blackbeard rarely passed an opportunity to make himself appear ruthless, but first-hand reports suggest he was kind to those who had cooperated with him, but cruel to those who were not. There is no record of him murdering anyone in his pillaging. The true identity of Blackbeard is not completely known. Edward Teach, or Edward Thatch, or Edward Drummond was most likely born in Bristol, England, around 1680. He probably served aboard a British privateer in the West Indies during the War of the Spanish Succession, Queen Anne's War and chose piracy over unemployment at the war's end. He arrived in New Providence, Bahamas in 1716 as an understudy of Benjamin Hornigold, and after a year of successful apprenticeship had acquired his own ship, the French slaver Concorde. He renamed it Queen Anne's Revenge and equipped it with about 40 guns. By late 1717 or early 1718, Blackbeard was in command of 4 ships and over 300 men. In November 1718, Virginia's governor, Spotswood, sent Lieutenant Maynard with 2 ships to attack Blackbeard, but both ships were temporarily grounded in pursuit. After Blackbeard killed several of Maynard's men, one of his ships, Adventure, was grounded, but he kept on sailing. Maynard's remaining troops rose from the hiding spots and a fierce fight ensued. During the fight, Maynard shot Blackbeard in the shoulder, and another officer slit his throat. The officer then nearly decapitated him with a second blow. When Blackbeard's body was inspected, it showed more than 25 wounds, including 5 from gunshots. His bloody head was put on the bowsprit of Maynard's ship, which sailed back to Williamsburg with the remnants of the crew in custody. 13 of them were hung there in March 1719. Blackbeard was a notorious English pirate who operated around the West Indies and the eastern coast of the American colonies. He was romanticized after his death and became the inspiration for a number of pirate-themed novels across a range of genres. He is thought to be the most well-known pirate of the Golden Era.
In conclusion, both pirates earned these titles because of their determination and love for adventure. After both Blackbeard and Roberts died, no other pirate in all the bodies of water could ever live up to the lives of these 2 intelligent pirates. This is why the death of John Bartholomew Roberts led to the end of the golden age of piracy. Even today, many novels and movies are being made based on the lives of these intriguing pirates. Modern buccaneers continue to terrorize the world's busy shipping lanes, much like their counterparts did several centuries ago. So unfortunately, piracy still exists today in remembrance to the pirates of the Golden Age. Overall, the lives of Blackbeard and Roberts still affect the lives of many today. The Golden Age of Kings might have died, but they were certainly never forgotten.